After you had a very intense outing with your friends, you played football and ate him to a restaurant and walked with him until the end of the night amidst joking and exchanging situations and memories. You opened WhatsApp and found one of them posted a story saying, "No one has ever taken care of me, for God's sake." We were still together and we were good at it, joking and laughing, but then you would find another story. If someone else says that the owner of everyone is single, no, that is still the case. The man has done wrong to the other. Okay, upload the pictures of the outing until the beginning. The first thing that comes to your mind is, what job do you mention? Surely it calls for unity.so that they may take more interest or think that this means deep work and so on. But let me tell you that there is a very high probability that they actually feel lonely because loneliness is no longer there anymore, but because you do not have anyone around you. No, this is of a completely different type, and its spread increases with the generation. Current, what type is this? Why is it spreading more now? And how did he get a breath from him? Well, even if I already feel lonely, how do I get rid of it? What skills do you need? To have relationships? Bring me the meaning of closeness that I need, and all of this will answer me. The book of today's episode, titled Stop Being Lonely by Kira. In the past, being a single person meant that you would be rejected by people you wanted to be around. If you were isolated, you would be left alone, but now you can be alone, literally among all the people you love. But you are separated from this atmosphere because none of you are close to the other enough. The current loneliness is the result of the absence of closeness, so what? Is it close? Stand next to him? Means? Surely not like that. Closeness is that you know the inner world of a person, his thoughts, feelings, and dreams. What does he hate, and what is he afraid of? If you had someone really close to you, he would be the first person you would run to and talk to when you would have a big problem or make a fateful decision. Even if he was not there, then unfortunately, my friend, you suffer from loneliness. He's alone and he doesn't make any difference with me. I can live without all these people, I won't tell you, my friend, but true loneliness is very difficult to continue, and you will see its results and damage to your mental and physical health, not to mention that you are thus reducing your chances of happiness because it only comes from sharing with others. If you have achieved an achievement, you no longer want to run to those close to you and tell them that someone must be there to provide protection, comfort, and comfort. So, why did this type of loneliness appear in the first place? Because the shape of society today has changed a lot from the shape of society in the past. Most young people move away from their homes for job opportunities, the age of marriage, and starting a family. It's too late compared to any other time. Therefore, the level of closeness available in our lives has become different and less, but that is not the problem, only because the biggest reason that has affected our relationships in the current generation is technology, and I am with you that it has many advantages, but there is always another dark side. For example, we can say that it has facilitated communication between us. You can still communicate with your friends anywhere, another governorate, another country, or even another continent. But if your friend is with you and most of your communication is on social media, then you are not paying him personally. In fact, you have an opportunity to get closer to each other, and all or most of the interactions transgress the technological intermediary between you. Also, technology has made our mentality a little technical in relationships. This means that if your friend is disgusted and has a lot of problems and shouting on social media, you can unfriend him, unfollow him, or send him messages, and we have no patience for real relationships. You always want to relieve yourself of the effort you are supposed to put in to get closer to people. All of this has changed the form of social life and has made relationships fast and changing. And as much as the topic appears comfortable, in reality it makes us lose psychological security and eliminates any attempt at real communication. Of course, Akhdar does not say to completely separate yourself from social media, but he tells you to slow down a little and limit yourself. When you use it, and learn how to get closer to people seriously in the real world, as we will say now, yes, we have come to useful words. Tell me the solution is to always be friends with bricks of the earth and walk with all people, meaning I do not love and be loved. I can't find the second half. May God honor me, and I will find someone who feels for me. Just wait, because these are not guaranteed solutions. On the contrary, it is even possible that if you do these solutions, the loneliness will increase if you fail to be close, because your shock at that time will be many times greater. How? My wife, don't you understand me? Is it possible that all my friends don't feel bad about me, but it's a shame since when does Green put you in front of the problem without telling you the solution? Any? This? Just stay with me for a while and answer this question. What makes you want to get closer to someone you have met or get to know better? Surely something attracted you, his ideas, his intelligence. The way he speaks or even looks is his moneyed. If you are a materialist, gravity is the first push towards rapprochement between any two parties. Well, if the motivation is there and there is someone you would really like to make your relationship closer with, whether he is a friend or even a potential life partner. You know how a person you can get close to is that he has two basic types of skills. The first type is getting to know each other, and the first skill in it is the ability to reveal oneself. This means that a person has no problem sharing things about himself with you, and this is a basic need in any relationship. You target proximity. Do you know how? If the person has a problem with this part, if he avoids answering any simple personal question or turns around and may say contradictory things, and so on. As for the second skill, it is the ability to exchange words. Exchanging words, questions, and attention is not a factor in answering him. However, if you ask him any question, he avoids you or he always wants to remain in the circle of attention and remain the center of the universe while you are not important. As for the third skill, it is accepting the new information that he will learn about you. Because most of us have perceptions about the other party, they may not be true or complete. When you begin to gradually reveal the truth about yourself, will there be acceptance of it? Or should I stick to the first picture? The fourth skill is to have a real presence and be present in the ongoing details of your life at the present time. Thus, we have finished with the skills of getting to know each other, and now we come to the second type of closeness skills, which are the skills of care or attention. The first skill is that he is able to calculate his feelings and express them in a healthy and clear way, and he also understands the feelings of the person in front of him from his perspective, and this takes us to the second skill. It is his response to feelings in a good way. I mean, if you say that you are afraid, she is trying to reassure you, and she may hold your hand. The first thing you say is that you are upset, and you do not get a reaction. No, he does not care. Even if you are making things worse, the last thing that remains is that he remains ready to take responsibility in the relationship and cares and offers. Caring and also leaving the other person to take care of him. If you find most of these skills in a person, then this is often a very good opportunity, and he may be a wonderful friend or partner, even if not all of them are present, or he is a person who is somewhat closed off. It is possible with time he acquires these things from you and takes more confidence, because of course all these skills must remain with you, and you are not only with him. Well, if both parties have the skills of getting to know each other and caring, but they are also unable to achieve real rapprochement even with their desire, here they are missing a very small thing, I will tell you on it, but first try this and focus most of your conversations with those around you. You will find that you talk about a lot of topics that are about your desires. Either you tell your friends what you want or what you will do. Either you ask them what they will do or what they want. Rarely does anyone ask about a need. Why would you do this? Or why do you even want to? I mean, for example, we have Swad who always asks her friend about healthy diets, groups, and exercises, and her friends know that she is interested in this and think that they really know Swad, but none of them try to ask why Swad is so interested in nutrition and exercise systems. Could this be a sign of dissatisfaction with her appearance? We must help her by accepting her, supporting her first, and trying to make her change in a balanced manner so that her psychological state is not negatively affected. Then we will truly be close to Swad. We knew her need for social acceptance and the feeling of satisfaction that was hidden behind her external desires and interests. How do we reach the real needs of a person so that we can get closer to him? Through questions? Of course, for example, I noticed that a friend was upset after he left the exam and wanted to be closer to him. Do you think I can ask, how can I say that I didn't study well? My friend, but... Or what will you do in the next exam? Countries? Two examples of bad questions. In the first question, you assumed that he didn't study? Did you blame him for this? In the second question, will you remove her from the next exam? Will this also happen? But the right questions that increase your closeness to people are the questions that allow them to express themselves and their feelings without any assumptions or accusations. So, can you ask and tell him what's wrong with you, my friend? But why not in the mode and so on? He knows that you have noticed that you are not only concerned about the exam, and he will start complaining about what is bothering him, which is his performance in the exam, and your chance then increases that you show your sympathy and offer to help him and explain to him the things that he does not understand, and I hope that you will continue to avoid provocative questions like why are you so ugly? Even if the reason is as obvious as the sun? Don't come directly to him. I mean, even if I know the reason or the need is clear and I don't need intelligence, because the goal here is to let him be the one who expresses and see the things from his point of view and his feelings so that you know how to sympathize, care, and be close, not only with your words, no, and with your actions as well, and always think. If you were the one who would make you feel better, how would you reach the other person? You are truly interested in your actions. First, you must remain present in normal and daily events, not just on occasions, and be present with your mind and feelings, also if the second person tries to draw attention to everything. And I want you to share it with him. You still have to step with him. If you are really interested, don't pretend to be interested, and blah blah blah. No, and secondly, do not try to change the real weakness in the second person's personality. It is a weakness, not a problem, and it is considered a part of the person. For example, if he has a little more shyness, it makes you nervous in front of people. He does not like gatherings. You cannot treat this weakness as if it is a problem that you must solve. If you do not know how to reach satisfaction and accept it, do not continue and get closer, because suddenly you will find that the relationship has turned into a battle. And you don't understand where the problem is, but keep in mind, it doesn't mean that if I tell you to accept people who cause you pain, you can't bear it. And of course all relationships have a normal level of pain and effort, and as long as they are natural and not intentional, it's normal for us to tolerate them. And keep in mind, too, the meaning of closeness is that you know everything and perform details about each other. There must be a degree of privacy, space, and boundaries. Well, even if, thank God, I have relationships that are close to me and very good, what should I do to maintain them? Will you attach it with some nails to secure it? The most important nail is routine, customs, attitudes, and language. You must prefer to resemble each other in these things because they have the greatest influence on the closeness in the relationship, and if there are shared memories, preserve them and remember them, and if there are no morals in your memories of each other regarding the time of problems, you will find something nice to return to. This is also the need to part. One of your goals is to be shared. One person wants to travel the world, the other wants to stay at home under the blanket, and finally, maintain the atmosphere of respect and affection as much as you can because it is like oxygen to which you breathe. And in the relationship, I ask there's someone who listens to the whole episode and just shakes his head and waits for me to finish, so he can come out with the destroyed card and tell me, is it over? Well, I don't love myself at all, and I feel like a stranger to me said that I am incapable. I mean, no, look, my friend, apply the same things we said to yourself. Get to know her as if she were another person. So how? Simple. Notice good qualities in your personality or things you do well and see why you do them. What are your motives? Means? Try to understand your desires and know their needs, and make sure that you satisfy them. Why do I want to go to the gym? Is it because I don't accept my appearance? Is it because I imitate my friends? Or to improve my health and take care of it? Most importantly, separate your problems aside and solve them without beating yourself up. Finally, control your time with technology and increase the amount of time you spend with yourself. It is normal to sit with yourself and listen to it. It is normal for the feeling of alienation to go away.